Good morning, or whenever this video ends up reaching you. It's currently around 4:15, 4:20 in the morning. I've been up for around 30 minutes. I actually went ahead and made this, but my phone straight up broke, so I had to start over. But fuck it, we ball. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to y'all about something that is going to happen within business, and it's something that you cannot prevent and that you need to be prepared for. So as you're starting and growing your business, especially at the start, it's going to feel really, really good when you're starting to hit those $5,000 months, $10,000 months, $20,000 months, and it just keeps scaling, keeps going up. But just like stuff goes down or it goes up, it's going to go down. I know it's cliche, but it is. And what happens with businesses is when, especially new ones, when they're not hitting those record-breaking months, when they're not just constantly out improving themselves, when they're starting to stagnate and they're starting to, see a decline, they fail. And that is where you see all of the stats of, 90, 95% of small businesses, they end up failing. And it goes along to the roller coaster analogy where, they're starting to see improvement. They keep going up. They're anticipating, they're starting to see, I'm making profits. How much could I really scale this business? It's at 20K months. Could I reach 50K? Could I reach 100K? And they keep expecting to go up, 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 up. But then they peak and then they drop and then it keeps dropping. And then now instead of 20K months, they're hitting $2,000 months. They're hitting $5,000 months. And they're trying to get the momentum to go back up to continue the roller coaster, continue the ride, but they don't have it. And you know why they don't have it? Because they are missing the key foundations of their business to then, when it is the slower months, they can still reach and outdo their previous months and constantly grow their business. That is why the foundation is the most crucial part of your business. It can be as simply defined as a skyscraper. It is basically a pencil going up in the air thousands of feet, yet it is perfectly mathematically and engineered to withstand winds, withstand literally up more than an earthquake would on your own house. A fucking pencil in the air is better off than your house with that. And it's because of the foundations. I know that's a little cliche, but it all ties together. If your business does not have the foundations and the proper structure behind it, you can ride that gravy train. You can ride that wave up. It does work. People ride trends all the time. The problem is with that, though, is when you peak and that trend is no longer a thing, you're not going to have longevity. You're going to crash and it's going to burn. And you're going to be another one of the statistics of the 90% that failed. The people that are different, the business owners that are different and successful are the ones that have the proper structure put into place. They got the business funding, they got the business credit, they got the business bank accounts, they got their credit right. They have worked on their credit. They have done multiple things put into place. They have delegated out tasks. They have VAs. They have people they can trust that when things go bad, they can rely on them. They can rely on their systems put into place that they then can bounce off of this low and reach new heights. If you're into trading, imagine a double bottom. You bottom out twice, then it's a shoot up. Same exact thing with business, right? And as you're going through this, you might be thinking of your actual life scenarios where it's like, okay, I got to pay $1,800 in rent. I got maxed out credit cards. I got a loving wife or girlfriend that I want to support. I don't want to be a dickhead boyfriend that can't provide, can't do anything. And that's good. But also, if you're like me in the same situation, I bet you want to own a $50 million business. I bet you want to own a $100 million business. I bet you want maybe a publicly traded company one day. But tell me something. If you can't manage to pay your rent or to set out a proper structure, a proper foundation to make that plan, you're stressing about it, you're like going crazy, your mind's all fucked up. How are you going to expect to run a $50 million company? When you're over here looking at $1,800 to pay your rent, what are you going to do when your company that's doing $1 million, $5 million monthly, what are you going to do when they hit $200,000 one month? when you're having to come out of pocket to pay your 20 employees so they can provide for their families when it's slow, what are you going to do? Are you going to be able to take that stress? Are you going to be able to take that burden on your back and get through it? Well, newsflash, you're not without the proper proper systems and proper foundations put into place. You're not. You're going to crash and burn. It is the same thing with your normal life right now where you currently stand. You have all these things building up on you. You're stressing out. You're wondering, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? Change your mindset. Change it to, I will do this. I have 8 days to come up with the rent. I will come up with that. I might have to be late on my credit card, but I'm going to have a set plan of action that I can then pay off my rent and then pay off my credit card afterwards and be okay. Instead of, oh, I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I want to be a supportive husband. I want to be a supportive boyfriend, but I'm failing, and I pray every day, but nothing's happening. It's because you're not taking action behind your prayers. You have to come up with a set plan. You have to do so much volume that it is impossible that you fail. You have to do so much volume of actual quality work, quality things that are going to improve your business and the foundation, that it is impossible that you're going to fail. So I want you to sit here and think, if you're struggling to pay your rent, if you're maxed out on cards, I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to stress. I want you to come up with a set plan of action. Change your mindset. Don't stress about it. Think, I'm going to have this done. I'm going to get this done in 8 days. I'm going to have my rent paid. Find out a way. Make it work. Because otherwise, how are you going to run that $50 million business? You're not. You're not going to have the foundations. You're not going to have the systems put into place to be able to accomplish that if you can't even manage what you're at now. So stop viewing it as, oh, this is so bad temporarily. View it as a test for what you have coming in your future. If you want to run that $50 million company, you have to be able to manage your $10,000 monthly expenses now. You have to, or you're going to fail. If you want to hit your 50K months, you have to be willing to take your 20K months where things are just slow, where you have to make sure your systems are properly put in place, where you have to make sure what you've been working on is properly set up for longevity, not just ride the wave out. It's not a problem to have in your business. It's something that's going to happen. It's up to you to make sure that you can have the proper systems put into place to get over it and to get through it. So just like the roller coaster, you're going to go up, you're going to go down. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. It's up to you to have the momentum and the systems put into place to make sure it keeps going like that. Because otherwise, you're going to go up, and it might go good for a bit, but when it goes bad, it's going to go really, really, really bad. And you're going to become another one of the statistics. This is how you're going to run a $50 million business, and I believe in you. Let's start the week off right. Let's do it.